Hi, welcome everyone to another session of Human Manual. There are manuals for every machine in this world except the most powerful machine, and that is the human machine. The most beautiful machine is our human machine. Let's take a little peek into that machine today. Let's take a peek and see how the human machine works. I especially welcome our subscribers. I'm proud to see you subscribers back again. Basically, you guys are committed to improving your life. All of us, what do we want to do? We want to improve the quality of our life. And the way you improve the quality of your life is change some of the mindset which is holding you back. And how do you change your mindset? The very fact that you accept that there is a room for improvement. And then you see which area you want to improve. You watch the video. You don't watch the video just once. A mind does not, it just does not change overnight. You read something once and then immediately your habits are changed. No, you basically have to drill the same thought where you want to change again and again until your mind is convinced. So it has to be reinforced. Today we are going to talk about human bonding. Well, not really human bonding alone, but bonding. You could be bonding with humans and you could be bonding with pets. You could be bonding with animals. What is bonding? Bonding is a close interpersonal relationship between two humans. Either it could be your friends, it could be your family members, it could be your classmates, it could be your sports people, it could be your conference, it could be someone you work with, it could be lovers, it could be husband and wife. Bonding can happen between any two human beings. Bonding basically is nothing but knowing each other more or less inside out, knowing each other's qualities, knowing each other's good points, knowing each other's negative points, knowing each other's their mindset. So what happens is, as individuals, when we spend more and more and more time with each other, what we're doing is basically we're making a deposit into that bonding account. It's like a bank deposit. Like when we put money in a bank, what do? We keep accumulating that money in our account, and that money keeps accumulating and it keeps on growing. Similarly, when we are bonding, what are we doing? We are making a deposit with that other individual, saying to a common friendship, to a common bond. So every time when you spend more and more time with that individual, you are making the deposit. You get to know the other person's good points as well as you get to know the other person's bad points. And what do? You just accept that. It becomes part of the thing. Let's start off exactly where does bonding begin. So bonding can happen right from the day you're born. A bonding happens when you're born between your mother and you. And then as you get older, as you come home, bonding with the other family members, with your siblings. Then as you get older, you go to school, you start bonding with the friends around in school, with all your classmates. You go and play some sports, you bond with people there. So as you go older, you bond at different stages of your life until the day you die. But bonding is a lot easier when you're younger, because you're less judgmental, you're less critical, are not even aware of the negatives. All we do is look at the positive. We do not judge people and try to find faults in people when we're young. When we're going to school, when we're 3 and 4 and 5, all you do is, if he's taken away a toy, you want the toy back, but then you're not so judgmental at that age. You start to form that bond and you start to like that person. The deposits keeps increasing. That bond account of yours keeps increasing with that person. And over the years, it keeps on developing. And you are happiest when you're spending time with people whom you're bonded the most. When you meet a stranger, you're trying to adjust, you're trying to behave in a way, which you think may be acceptable to the other person, and you completely change your behavior. Whereas if you are in close proximity with your friend, then, or with people whom you're bonded, then you are your natural self. You do not put on that act of trying to impress the other person. So let me tell you exactly how I thought of today's subject. Actually, a close family member of mine has an issue. He now has reached a stage in life where he has so isolated himself from the rest of the world, not realizing that he has had to pick up fights with people whom he has bonded over the years. His quality of life has deteriorated. He is more isolated. He seems to be spending more time by himself, not realizing because of his ego, because of his anger, to make back with that person. And I've tried to explain to that person, listen, it is best that you make up, it's best that you forget about it, forgive and forget. But because that person is older than me, as you know, in our culture, older people think they're always right. They do not give even a thought. They're very skeptical about younger people advising them or telling them anything or giving them suggestions. I mean, some of these hatred or disagreements that happen not only between friends, but between communities, between groups, between individuals. I mean, some of these carry on for generations. They have been carried on for historic times. Some of our hatreds have lived beyond us. So not realizing that it's best to make up, first of all, it should not even get to the time of making up. I think it should really stop before even you express that anger or express that hatred or do anything which will harm your relationship over the years. It is best to think first before you act. And you get into an argument or you get into a disagreement or there's something that you dislike about the person. And if you start to fight with that person and tell that person, listen, either I don't want to see you, I don't want to spend time with you, I want to divorce you, or you make any of these wild, crazy accusations against the other person, not realizing as humans that we have to accept each other the way they are. There are going to be some flaws. Time is going to test your friendship over a period of time. There may be something that you have that you may not like about the other person, that there may be something that he said or she said. There is absolutely no reason for you to lose all the years of bonding, all the years of relationship because of that one incident. You have to give time and you have to give room. You have to accept the fact that it's very difficult, almost impossible, I would say, to again find that same quality of bond. I mean, you have to again spend 15, 20, 10, whatever number of years it has taken for you to bond with that person. It will take that long for you to find another close friend, another associate. It's not easy, and especially siblings. I mean, if you guys fight, listen, you're not going to find another brother, you're not going to find another sister. The quality of your life is going to be determined by the quality of your relationship. How many people that you have that you like to spend your time with? Haven't you seen that some of us have got so many friends, and you'll always find those people to be jovial, there's going to be more laughter, there's going to be more fun in their life, as opposed to people who are aloof, who want to be, who are shy, who do not develop those bonds. The more people that we develop our bonds with, the more people that we are able to freak out with, the more people that we're able to open up our minds to, speak our hearts to, the more your quality of your life is going to improve. So for those of you who can think about a person, an individual that you may have overreacted, or, we all make mistakes in life. And the other person is going to realize, what do you need to do? You need to pick up the phone and call that person and be honest with the person. In order to build a bond with someone, what do you need to do? You need to be confident, humble, trustworthy, positive, be open, and have fun. I mean, the biggest thing is people always want to be surrounded with people whom they have fun with, right? I mean, you don't want to be with someone where it's going to be boring. Let the other person trust you. The other person can read you as much as you can read the other person. You need to be a great listener. You need to give time to the other person to talk. You need to understand what the other person is saying. Both of you all need to ask the right questions from each other. You need to listen to each other. You need to show that you care about the other person. That's why when he's talking or when she's talking, you need to be a good listener. You need to show that empathy, the thing that, hey, I really care about what you're saying. I'm really concerned about your concerns. I'm really, I do feel your pain. We all love for someone in life to listen to us. We all want to share our good points, our ups and downs in life, things that are bothering us. We may have some things bothering you, and there's not everyone that you can go out and spend time and talk to. You can't just pick up someone randomly on the street and say, hey, listen, this is what is bothering me. So what do? You look for a person that you want to be able to share. That person is going to be concerned. That person is going to understand what you're saying. That he could probably give you the right advice. You need to have that, and you need to be able to give that to that other person. So you really need to develop and be a good listener and try and understand what the other person is trying to say. Be grateful that you have that friend, that you have the companion, that you have that sibling, you have that person in your life. Appreciate all the good moments that you guys have spent time with each other, right? Within us to see the good things about a person or the bad things about the person. So if you really want to find, there are many moments that I'm sure you guys can think of that you spend with that person, that you've enjoyed all the laughter, all the fun, all the excitement, all the great things that you guys might have done together. What you need to do is remind yourself of those times every time you have a disagreement. More than anything else, you need to alter your assumption. You need to alter your expectation. Do not expect that other person to be perfect. How can the other person be perfect when you yourself are not perfect, right? Stop thinking that you are perfect and there's something wrong with the other person. Accept the fact that there is imperfection in you, that there are going to be moments that you're going to dislike. Expect that it's going to happen in a relationship. Expect that's going to happen with your wife. A great relationship is about two things. One, appreciating the similarities, and two, respecting the differences. We're all going to have a difference with a person. What we need to do is appreciate, find what's common, find what we love in each other, appreciate the similarities, and respecting and expecting that there are going to be differences. That's what great relationship is all about. I'd like to share one more experience of my closest friend, and he was my ex-partner. We spent lots of time with each other. We just happened to have developed that bonding, that personal relationship, because we were partners for 4 years. Over a period of 4 years, we spent a lot of time talking with each other. There were many setbacks that we had, and we both faced those setbacks together. And after 4 years, our partnership broke, we separated. And guess what? When we separated, the things that we started to look at each other is, he cheated me, I would think he cheated me, he would think I cheated him, or he did this wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He should not have taken that. He should not have ordered that style. He should not have ordered those goods. He went and gave the business to one of his friends. What he did was not right. I remember very, very clearly during that period of our separation, we had lawyers get involved. We had accountants get involved. We would sit with different groups of people trying to see, how to get the best and how to screw the other person. Basically, in our mind, I was a lot younger, so when you are younger, the first thing you want to do is you want to learn to see, when you separate from someone, you want to do the other person the most harm. What happens is you start to build a tremendous enmity. You start to have these stupid thoughts in your mind. You start to go through those debates. If you have a record of some of those moments of those lives, the separation of when you're trying to build up on that hatred, all that fear, believe me, those were probably some of the worst moments of your life. Time obviously heals it. Time obviously, over the period of years, you tend to forget it, but those memories do remain in your mind. The best thing that happened was we both decided to forget and forgive. And because of the time, because of those ups and downs relationship that I had with this individual, Today, he's my best friend. I mean, I look forward to spending time with that person because that person is a lot of fun. He's jovial. He's always cracking up on jokes. All I could have done is I could have said, hey, listen, I don't even want to talk to this guy the rest of my life. Let's forget this guy. I mean, we all think there's enough people out there to be friends with. Well, there may be a lot of people, but the quality of people, the quality of relationship, you are not going to find the same quality of relationship overnight. You just do not go to a party. You just do not go to a conference. You just do not go and attend a meeting and expect to come back and find another person like this. I realize, listen, I am not going to lose that friend regardless of what. Every time I have a disagreement with that person, I'm going to go back, I'm going to analyze it, I'm going to see what happened, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Don't blow it out of proportion. We tend to blow things way out of proportion than where it really belongs. We need to really hold ourselves back. We magnify, things manyfold. I think one of the worst tendencies is to magnify a small incident, a small negative. It is all within us. We need to really put a limit. I say to our church, hold yourself back. I mean, just put like a break. Understand, don't get carried away with those thoughts. You need to put a break on it. You need to put a lid on the thoughts and say, listen, maybe I'm getting carried away. Maybe I need to stop here. Maybe I need to analyze. Listen, he did this because what I did. He didn't just come out of the blue and just come and see you and started, screaming at you, right? There must have been something that I may have done. You may have told that person because of which he reacted that way. So we need to really look back and see what we did also. This bonding happens between animals and humans as well. You've seen all of us who have got a dog or a cat or any of these pets at home. I know we have a dog at home. Oh my God, people spend billions and billions and billions of dollars just trying to care for their pets. In America, it's like $100 billion industry between all the pets. Losing a pet as painful as losing someone in the family. That pet eventually becomes part of your family. Biggest single line that you hear from other people, why do they love, is they think give unconditional love. These pets do not look at your negatives. These pets do not look at what you're wearing. These pets do not judge you like the way other people do. All the pet wants you to do is, just pet him. Just give, just feel it. So every time you pet that animal, every time you touch that animal, there is the communication. Communication is not just vocal. There is other form of communication. There is the communication with the eyes. There is the communication with what you're saying. There is the communication, every time you make a comment, the other person, how he takes that comment. There is the communication with touch. There are many ways of communication which we may not even realize. So the same thing happens when you spend time with another human. It's not just what you say. The other person can exactly know what you mean by your actions. Today, in the day of social media, people think that you could just send someone an email or you could just send someone a WhatsApp and that's communicating. Absolutely wrong. There are some vibes that are passed through between two individuals when they meet with each other, which cannot happen with social media. Bonding converts a colleague to a friend, a confidant, to a buddy, a crush, to a date. You may have a crush on someone, right? And what happens? You meet that person, you go out on a date, and bonding converts that crush to a date. The date eventually converts into a spouse, could convert into a spouse. A friend converts into a best friend. Oh, the one thing that we all love is for that other person to say, I am sorry. You have no idea that word sorry has got an impact that it does on our brain, on our mind, which is unparalleled. You could have all the medicine in the world will not cure your hurt or your anger with that other person as the word sorry. And before you know it, the other person comes back and returns back the same apology, return back. So all it is, we both are waiting for each other to see which one of us first is the bold one to come and apologize. Apology does not make a person smaller. apology actually makes the person bigger. We can all have second thoughts about whatever decisions we make. It does not mean that if you have made a decision, that decision cannot be reversed. That decision cannot be questioned. What you need to do is go back and question. Just go and sit in a calm place where you're by yourself. Go out for a walk, go out to a garden, go out to a park. Think about the incident that happened. How did that anger or the fear or disconnect that you had with that person? So just see what led up to it. It just did not come like that. If your mind, there's going to be the natural voice. Nature is going to tell you what you did was right or wrong. Stop relying on that ego. Stop holding on to that ego. If you meet that person, your body language is enough. You would be able to give a signal through your body language to that other person. Hey, I want to make up with you. Hey, hey, what I did may be not right. I'm sorry. I'm willing to accept the fact that I made a mistake. That's all you need. It's just a simple thing like that. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to improve the quality of your life. Imagine the amount of time you will get to spend with that person and all those happy moments that you can have being with that person. Thank you all for spending the time. And hopefully, I want to see many of you go back, pick up that phone, meet that person, speak out your heart. Go out and say, listen, I want to talk to you. I want to have a discussion about the fight that we had or the disagreement. I want to have a discussion with you. Go back and do that. And it'll make you feel better. More than the other person, will make you feel better. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on another one of our videos. Just as you go to the gym to improve your physical health, the idea of making these videos is to better the health of your mind. Our endeavor is to bring you better quality videos. So please give us a suggestion. When you wish others well, nature wishes you well. So please share this video. Subscribe to get notified about new videos.